Think you can tell your employees not to talk about salaries? Well, that's a lawsuit just waiting to happen. And there's one business that found out about this the hard way. All right, so let me break this down with a real case. So, an employee was chatting with a coworker during their lunch break. The topic, their pay, how much they were making, and whether it seemed to be fair compared to others who were doing similar work. Now, the manager overheard this conversation and was not happy about it. The employee was pulled aside and told that discussing wages was against their company policy. But here's the problem, that policy itself was illegal. The case went before the NLRB, the National Labor Relations Board, and the board ruled that the company violated the NLRA, the National Labor Relations Act, specifically Section 7 of that act, which basically protects most employees' right to discuss the terms and conditions of their employment. So, what does that include? We're talking about wages, we're talking about work schedules, benefits, safety concerns, the workplace environment. So remember, even if your company is not a union based organization, these protections still apply. In this case, the NLRB found that the employee was retaliated against for exercising their protected right to talk about wages. The outcome? Well, the company had to reinstate the employee. They were ordered to pay back wages, and the unlawful policy had to be removed from the handbook. So, moral of the story, your handbook or your personal preference cannot override federal law. Telling employees that they cannot talk about pay isn't just old school, it's illegal. And here's the kicker, this is the kind of mistake that isn't limited to big corporations. I've seen small businesses, people with fewer than 10 employees, make this exact same error, not out of malice, but just out of lack of awareness. So, if you want to keep your business compliant and out of court, make sure you're not using outdated or unlawful practices. Now, tag a fellow business owner who needs to hear this. And if you want to hear about more real cases and how to avoid becoming one of them, make sure you connect with me. I break this down every week so that you can stay up to date and keep yourself out of hot legal water. Until next time, let's stay connected.